Hey everyone, I'm Steve,
Hey, and I'm Barry.
And I'm Blake.
and we're here with another NintendoFuse game chat all about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Mario Kart 8!
Alright, so Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. Obviously, kind of a little bit of a reboot from the Wii U Mario Kart 8. Big fans of Mario Kart around here at NintendoFuse. Barry, what's your initial impressions of this new game?
My initial impressions, actually, to believe it or not, how beautiful it was. Because I actually started playing it on the handheld, and I was just blown away instantly. I was just, oh my god, this is gorgeous. And it has been a long time since I've played Mario Kart 8, so there's that little bit of gap. But it's just a really pretty game, both in the handheld mode and on the big screen. So initially, that's what just shocked me. Just, wow, this is gorgeous.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, that was something that kind of really stood out to me as well. I was like, wow, this looks so good. Blake, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I was kind of in awe that it was a game that I can take on the go. Like, something as big as Mario Kart 8, I was just like, this is phenomenal. And then it gets bigger, and I can take that with me. I'm like, this is just amazing. So I was a little speechless at that point right there.
Yeah.
My wife was like, "What do you have to say about that?" I'm like, "I don't know." Yeah, it's awesome.
It's good. Like, from that point on, if you don't listen to any part of the rest of this game chat, we like it. That's pretty much it.
Right. So true.
Yeah, fun fact about it, because I started on the handheld, my wife actually took it from me first, and she played several Grand Prix before I even really got to play it, and she didn't touch Mario Kart 8 because I don't have time to sit there and play, but on the handheld I could just bring it, and now we have to actually fight. It's the first game that we've had a fight over the Switch.
That's funny.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was that. I jumped to handheld as well, and I think it was really cool just because I'm used to Mario Kart 7 and handheld, on my 3DS, and Mario Kart 7 looks good. It's a great looking game on the 3DS, but man, that's such a big jump up to 8 Deluxe on the Switch.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah,
So,
because I was like, it wasn't the first time I got to take Mario Kart on the go, but it's this grand of a scale, definitely. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's so much new to this game, even though there's so much the things that we know already, but there is quite a bit new there. Let's talk about the old first. What do you think about the tracks? We played them again, many times on the Wii U. One of the things that stood out to me, because I think, Barry, you mentioned like you hadn't played 8 in a while, it actually felt new again, which was really weird. But I was like, I don't remember this course like a couple times when I was playing through.
When my wife was playing, she had never played those courses, so for her it was 100% new. But when I was going through, it was weird. Like, I would get these little visions, like, oh, I kind of remember this. So it wasn't like totally new, but it wasn't totally old either. So it's almost a refresher. And to me, it did feel good replaying through all the courses and remembering, oh yeah, I didn't like this one last time, and oh yeah, this one was one of my favorites, and I completely forgot about it, because when you play so many Mario Karts, some of the tracks just blend together and you don't remember which is on which system.
So I think that was the one of the big things is I think I found different courses that I like in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that I liked in 8, and I don't know why, because there's some courses that I knew that I barely played in 8, and maybe it's because they just never got picked on multiplayer or something like that, but I felt like I was always going back to the same courses in 8. But because of Deluxe, I was able to go through all the courses again, and I think I found some new favorites this time, which is pretty interesting. Blake, what's your experience with the old courses so far?
Yeah, I've loved them. The ones that they brought back and the ones they have in it. I didn't have the DLC first for a little while on Mario Kart 8 Wii U, but then when I got those, it was just like, this is a whole nother thing. And then now we get all those back too. So I really loved the Hyrule circuit though, because of the change up with like the rupees instead of coins and stuff. I was like, that's just perfect.
Yeah.
It made me want to do have many more things like that, in the Nintendo universe, and just kind of like throw different things in here and have different tracks. And,
Right.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
like
know what you do, but
At what point do they rename it to Nintendo Kart instead of Mario Kart?
Yes, right.
Or they could
Smash
just
Kart
do Mario
or something.
Kart 9, Nintendo
Yeah.
All Stars,
Right.
like Sonic
Yeah.
All Stars.
Although it's so
Yeah,
weird,
there
I
you go.
think I want them to keep the Mario Kart name because it's so iconic. But it's
Yeah,
becoming
they will.
it is kind of
It's
weird.
going to be a subtitle. It's going to be a
Yeah.
subtitle.
Yeah.
They will always keep
Yeah.
the Mario Kart name.
Yeah.
But then again, we said they would always keep the Game Boy name, and we'll see how that works.
It's true.
That's right.
And that was
That's right.
synonymous with handheld gaming for years.
Yeah.
So speaking,
I just want Kirby on like a star and
I-
just have it air ride all
why
day,
hasn't
right?
Kirby made it in there yet? I mean,
Right?
of all of
Come
them.
on now.
Yeah.
And
It's so true.
Captain
Make it happen.
Falcon, why didn't they make him
That-
playable if his ship is playable?
It's so true.
And
What is-
Samus on her ship? I mean,
Yeah, that's
Fox
so.
on an R-Wing,
I was just like, come
the
on.
Landmaster if you
It's just-
want.
It plays itself.
Yeah,
That's right. It's like,
it's so easy.
that's right. Yeah.
Then you can get like Epona actually in there instead of a cycle.
Yeah,
like
on a
Rocky
horse
Top-
right next to them.
That's right.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Oh, it's so good.
Let's move on to the new stuff because there is quite a bit of new stuff which I was very pleased with because you have new versions of this. Nintendo is used to we are seeing like rehashes of old games, and usually they just put a new coat of paint on it, call it HD, and that's pretty much it. But this time it's not just better graphics and not it's a faster FPS. It's actually up to the full 60 frames per second this time and all that stuff. But they've added in new features as well. Brought back the classic battle mode with a new game, so that's pretty cool with Renegade Roundup. But then added in some new battle courses and all that stuff. What do you guys think of battle mode? Is it back? Is it like it should be? Are you pleased with it?
Battle mode is back. There are a couple disappointments for me personally. One, that they omitted the Wii U version of the battle mode. I mean, they already had it coded. They could have easily left it in there. Even if only 2% of the population that played Mario Kart 8 actually wanted to play it, at least they would have that option. Why omit something that's already there?
It's almost like they're saying, yeah, we know it sucked.
Yeah,
still.
it's like, we don't want to bring
It
that
takes
up.
0 man-hours to code it.
That's really true.
It's already there. If they're porting the rest of the game, it's got to be just like that to port it. The other big thing is of the stages. I like the stage that they included. The 5 new ones are really cool. The 3 old ones are great. No Block Fort is the biggest omission. How could there be no Block Fort from 64?
That is very sad.
That is criminal.
Yeah, that is
That
right.
is criminal. Because I loved Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo. I played that battle mode to death, and it was so great seeing the classic SNES battle mode stage there. But to be real, it was Mario Kart 64 that really brought Mario Kart into the party limelight. When you had 4 players, and we would sit there and have sleepovers, as kids, and we played Mario Kart 64 all night, Grand Prix, versus, and of course Block Fort. And that was the only stage we picked. We always did Block Fort. And I guess the other omission, at least it might be there, I didn't see it in the options, is to turn into a bomb if you die.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was great in 64. Like, sometimes, if you were the first one to die, then you got that revenge, and that revenge was so sweet and satisfying.
Yeah. Well, they haven't done that classic battle mode in I don't think since then, really. I can't remember what it was like in Double Dash or anything, but in that classic 64 battle mode where it's the last man standing, they have not done that since then, and I think that's what a lot of people want. Even at PAX East, when I was talking with the representatives there, like that was one of the first questions that we asked is like, can you go back to the classic last man standing battle mode of balloon battle? And they're like, no, but it's not the same as before. Your balloons actually do matter a little more this time, but it's still not the same. It's
that was it. That last man standing, because it's like in Bomberman. Like even Super Bomberman R brought back the revenge thing, where if you were the first one out, you're all on the outside and you could throw bombs to get back in. It was kind of like that, and especially when playing local. Like your friend got you, with your last balloon, and you can look over and punch him, of course. But then to say, all right, now I'm gunning for you, and you hunt them down like Jaws. Like, it added a new dynamic to the game because it wasn't computer AI; it was a person,
right?
With a vendetta.
I think the battle modes, like reminded me so much of Double Dash, and I think because it had like three of them, I think were in Double Dash. Like the Balloon Battle and the Shine Thief and the
So Bomb Blast or
Bomb Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it too. Yeah, I was like, and having Luigi's Mansion back in it and stuff because I just loved that. So I was like, I enjoy that's there. So. And it almost feels like even having like the second item block in places just kind of reminds me of some of these backlooks to Double Dash, which was my favorite actually until this one, because I think this just kind of expanded so many things. But honestly, like it just made me come back to falling in love with some battle mode again, and I hadn't for a long while, so it had been since then probably, because I loved it with Mario Kart 64 and even the Super Nintendo one. I mean, we played that in college and just had like a blast, just like having many people angry at each other. I still hate Donkey Kong for that reason. So it's like yes.
Well, to be fair, in Super Mario Kart, it was Donkey Kong Jr. It was not Donkey Kong.
That's true. So it's like you got the Junior. So yeah, but exactly. I think one of my friends was like, Blake, you were like yelling and cursing at Donkey Kong or something. We didn't know what was going on. It's like, the guy hit me with the shell. It was like,
damn you, dirty ape.
That's right. That's right.
My wife
you can have good moments. With,
my wife was on the couch
Mario.
like talking to her sister, I think earlier tonight, and she just stopped and laughed a few times because I was just like yelling at the TV because I was in first place, and then I got nailed by all this stuff. I'm like, oh,
yes.
She just started cracking up.
It's funny that you say that. My wife, while she played games, she didn't play Mario Kart beforehand. She didn't grow up with Mario Kart. She had the Super Nintendo, but she did Donkey Kong Country and then went to PlayStation. So she didn't really get that Mario Kart experience. So she started playing this because it was the first time she's doing it. And that was one of the things she complained. She's like, you know what? It really pisses me off because I'm doing all this and I'm racing really well. And then suddenly blue turtle shell and red turtle shell. And you're like, it's frustrating me.
You're like, welcome.
And you're like so close to the finish line. And you're just like, I'm literally pushing the accelerator. I'm trying to cross the finish line. And I can't do it because you keep hitting me with these stinking shells.
I just went to her and I just patted her on the shoulder. I said, this is 12-year-old me just patting you.
Yeah.
Like, I feel your pain, and I have ever since.
Welcome to Mario Kart, sweetheart. That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
It's Mario Kart in a nutshell.
Yes.
That's great. So, of the battle modes, Renegade Roundup is the new one. We got Balloon Battle and Shine Thief and Bomb Blast and Renegade Roundup. Is those the four that we have, or is there a fifth one?
Coin Runners?
Coin Runners, yeah. So I think the old ones, I think bringing back those other ones are really fun. I think it's really fun with 12 players. But let's talk about Renegade Roundup since that's the new one. What do you think? Barry, you said it was your favorite. Why is it your favorite?
It's my favorite just because it almost brings back that urgency of the original Last Man Standing. And that's something like I noticed like with Balloon Battle and this one, like there's almost less of an urgency. Like it's so crazy and hectic because there's so many people running around and you can get attacked any which way, but you can survive. You get hit, it's like, oh, big deal. When Renegade Roundup, you get eaten, boom, that's it. So it's like you really have to play it safe. And when you see that siren, you just panic, and it just creates a different tension, and I love it. I just think it's exciting.
Cool.
So do you like, I have to say this because I really don't like being the piranha plant. Like, I love being the renegade. So I don't know if it's because I'm like, I can't control it properly or what, but I'm like, I just like to just try to get away from the law, or maybe I like to dodge the law. I don't know what I'm telling you guys here. But
jumping into a little bit of personal stuff here, like
that side, I'm like, maybe because I caught the most people the last time I did, and however many people you catch, if your team loses, you get that many negative points or something like that. So I got like -8 points for being like the best player on my team. And I was like, that's a weird way to score this, Nintendo. So
Yeah.
because I was the one who was doing everything, it's kind of like, don't do anything if you're ever on a plant, and if your team loses, you'll just
it's better just
get
to
0
not
points. That's right. So yeah, I'm like, that's weird to me, but I really enjoy the renegade stuff of it though too. So I like to be on that team. It seems like you know, and even break people out of jail a little bit. So,
yeah, that was really fun. I think when I played it at PAX East, it took a while to like understand what the dynamics was, and I think I might have talked about this on a podcast as well. It took me a bit to just figure out, like, okay, what am I doing? Where are these jails, and how do I go break it loose? But when I finally got it myself and was able to play, it was like I knew exactly what I was doing. And a lot of times you'd hang out with like a mushroom back there, and you're like, oh yeah, as soon as they get, I'm going for it. And you just bust right across the top and like let everybody loose. Like that is pretty fun. I don't know. I might lean toward a little more of the renegade. I think I enjoy being on the other side. Maybe more than you, Blake, but I do. I think I think I like running more than I do catching.
Yeah.
It always seems that when you're the one chasing, like they can just narrowly stay away from you. You know, it's like just out of reach. Like, come on,
it's so
close.
True. That's
like,
right.
Oh, why? Just a little bit faster.
Oh man. Yeah.
So let's talk DLC. They've done some DLC in the past, obviously with Mario Kart 8. Who knows if they're going to do DLC this time? I hope they do. But if they do, what would you like to see them add, other than the racers you talked about with Kirby and stuff like that? What would we like to see if they add some more to it, theoretically?
To be honest with you, I don't think they will.
Yeah.
I think what they did is they ported Mario Kart 8 with everything, with the new stuff, as a filler, as something right there, because Mario Kart sells. This will get initial sales. I mean, it's already sold over 1 million units, so it's definitely on fire. And I think all the resources, instead of putting to DLC, they're going to put towards Mario Kart 9, probably for 2 years down the road. This way we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to tide us over, and then when we get a true Mario Kart for the Switch, not saying that this isn't a true game, but this is the Wii U game, a true Switch version. That's when we're going to get it. I don't think we're going to see DLC, and the reason I say that is they took all this time to do the battle mode and add all the 5 new characters and all that, or 6 new characters, whatever it is, but they didn't add any more racetracks, and to me that spoke volumes. That would have been, if they had no plans to do Mario Kart 9 anytime soon, that would have been the time to do it, to encourage people who already had the Wii U version, double dip. Look, we're giving you 2 or 4 more Grand Prix as well. That's another 8 to 16 courses. That's incentive. The fact that they didn't do that means they're taking their resources and they're doing it to a brand new game. That's my opinion personally.
I could see that too. The only reason I thought that is with Barry, this is kind of a Wii U thing, and Nintendo really, if they release a Mario Kart 9 on the Switch, it'd be the first time they've ever had 2 Mario Karts on one platform. So that would be a new thing for them as well. But Mario Kart 9, if you think that way, if we can't have DLC, because I would love to see, even if you just put 4 more battle stages kind of thing for DLC, and even do 8 new tracks, maybe, I don't know, and just have 2 things there. I'm like, it may be the smallest ever, but if there is any, but I really I kind of doubt it too. I think the Deluxe name in it also just kind of signifies, hey, this is our Deluxe package of Mario Kart 8.
It's a good point. And I think pretty much the biggest thing, the reason that I want it so bad is what we talked about already. I feel like it's missing some battle course. Like really, that's the only thing that I feel like it's missing. If I looked at the entire package, like obviously voice chat and all that stuff's going to come down the line when they develop that and everything for the whole Switch. But I really think that there's a couple battle courses that I would really, really like to have. I like the new stuff. I think the Splatoon one is really cool. It's so fun to play within the Splatoon. Like, this feels like I'm really just took Mario Kart and put it into Splatoon. It's really fun. But I want to see some of those classic ones. I want to see Battle Fort or even the updated one that they put. It was Battle City or something like that.
What about the one where you were on a
Yeah.
giant DS? Remember that one?
Don't really like that
Yeah.
one. But what about the big donut?
You're right.
That's what I'm
The big donut.
Yeah.
Big donut with the
The
lava.
big
in the middle.
donut right there.
That was
That's
a good
right. You
one.
bet. And yeah,
There was the skyscraper
I think
too.
Oh,
The skyscraper
that
level.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
the
terrible.
skyscraper. Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. Yeah.
See, what they'll
Oh,
probably
man.
do, this is my guess, is that in Mario Kart 9, they're going to do all new courses with new, old courses. And if they're
Mhm.
smart, they will do something where either if you have save data for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or proof that you purchase it, you could pay one small fee and get all the tracks from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe into Mario Kart 9, bringing like a complete package. Because I think, like we were talking about with Smash, how they have Smash 4 now as a platform. And all they need to do is add new characters for Smash 5, and it'll be set. They can really do that with Mario Kart, unless they have some new gimmick with the game. They could just add on to it. But I don't think they could say, here's 8 new Grand Prix along with everything that Mario Kart 8 has instantly and sell it as Mario Kart 9. I think they need to go above and beyond, but I think they need to incorporate the 8 Deluxe without burning people. They have to do it carefully. Like, oh, you have a save data, you can then import it. People would love that because that rejuvenates interest in a game that may be 2 or 3 years old at that point. For the deluxe version, even older, counting the Wii U version.
I'd really like in Mario Kart 9, I don't know if this is also dreaming stuff, but I would love like an adventure mode where you get to like drive and like you could like you have to drive up a mountain to face Bowser in his castle and you like race against Bowser and you have like this wonderful like single player campaign kind of thing,
Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah, right? Diddy Kong Racing, that's right. Or just bring that back. Come on now. That's true too. But yeah, exactly. So I think something like that would be really cool. And I mean, Nintendo can do it. They know what they're doing, and it's like, yeah, I think it would make it more exciting than just doing like all the Grand Prix a little bit for me. I enjoy doing that mode and that model of stuff, but I think if you're gonna really change it up, like give us a fresh new thing completely and make it be like, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was amazing for its own right, and here's what we're doing now, because this is the same platform. We want to do something completely different on it, So, yeah, and I think something like that might be really fascinating, actually, for people. So
that's true.
Well, Breath of the Wild shook up the Zelda formula, and now why not shake up the Mario Kart formula with Diddy Kong Racing 2 kind of deal?
Oh,
there was
and
rumors
I love
about
the tracks
it.
also that you are you don't really like keep running laps, like you don't do the 3 laps, you just kind of like not Wario, you're kind of like driving down and you get to the end. And
I like that for everything but N64 Rainbow Road.
Rainbow Road, I'm with you.
It.
Yeah,
but that Rainbow Road on N64 was so long. But they need to do 2 laps. They needed it to be 2 laps at least. Like it's so short now. It's just like
it really shortened it up.
It
is. So, that's right. And so I have kind of enjoyed that. So some of those maybe I'm like that might be a really interesting thing.
That could be. I never really thought about that, but that does sound like a fun way to make it fresh again instead of just a bunch of new courses. Because you can keep throwing new courses, and that's awesome. But yeah, some way to make it fresh again would be really cool.
Yeah.
And think about that. They can do a storyline based around like Nintendo Land was, with all different hub worlds. And like you drive around the hub world, and each of the different areas is based off a different Nintendo property. So you don't get more than just one track. You get Hyrule with all its castle, and Kokomo Forest and Lost Woods and Gerudo Desert, and then you go to like Splatoon, and you get different areas of Splatoon, and Samus and Metroid. You get Planet Zeeves and the space station. And oh man, they just
really do have Nintendo Kart.
Yeah. They did do the missions on Mario Kart DS, I think, where you like actually did those missions. That was kind of cool. Yeah,
it was the event mode, right?
The event mode, that's it. Okay, I was like, yeah.
We even had bosses in that,
that's right, you did.
Bullies
so
from Mario 64.
You would like shoot shells at that one. I remember that one level that I had a tough time with the boss, but it was still a lot of fun.
That's true. Why haven't they brought that back? Wow.
Yeah, that was a great mode.
That's right.
Yeah, and Rob.
That's true. Yeah. Rob hasn't been back yet, man.
That's right.
Talking about Smash Brothers characters, that would be perfect to bring him back.
That's right. They did have the beehive woman or whatever, the queen
the
bee or
queen
whatever
bee
in that
thing,
too,
yeah.
didn't they? Or something.
Yeah.
Like, why Nintendo? Why that? Like, it's, yeah. You can't have Kirby, but you can have
Queen
Gold
Bee.
Peach
Yeah, there
every
you go.
time. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Metal and Gold Mario.
Right.
Yes,
Gotta have that.
absolutely.
And
So,
Cat
yeah.
Mario,
Bowser
Cat
and
Peach.
Dry Bowser.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Dry.
And Mario's there.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yes.
true.
Like-
I
That's
am
right.
glad. I am very happy that Dry Bones is back. Dry Bones is my favorite from Mario Kart Wii. I played that quite a bit, and so I was glad to have Dry Bones back because he's my favorite lightweight character for sure.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've always been a Yoshi fan, but now he's in the medium class or the normal class or whatever. He's no longer a lightweight. And I'm like, no, what are you doing to him?
You know, he's getting
Yeah.
older. He's gaining some weight.
There you go,
Too many
baby.
Koopas.
Right. Yeah.
He's gonna drop
Oh,
some
man.
shells.
Yeah.
So that's just bad. So is there anything really other than like the dreams that we would like to see? Is there anything really that you find negative about this game? Like let's talk some critiques that if they're there at all. Anything that stick out that you're like, it's lacking in this area.
For me, no last man standing in battle mode. No block fort. Those are two negatives. The fact that it's still the same Grand Prix thing, like Blake said, I've always found Mario Kart a lot of fun, but limiting. Like, it's great in small dosage, but it's not going to sit there and captivate me for hours and hours and hours. I do, 4 to 8 races and maybe a round or two of battle mode, and I've got my fill for a little bit. So I want more content, more substance to that whole thing. But knowing that it's a port, and I guess that's another negative thing, is that it is a port. It is, if you play Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, is it worth it? It depends on how much you love Mario Kart. If you really love Mario Kart and really love battle mode and the ability to take it on the go, then yes. If you got 3-star gold with every single stage in Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, and you're not a big fan of battle mode, then you should stay clear, because you're just going to be playing the same game and just wait for the next big thing from Nintendo, which I think is ARMS. But I mean, if you go into it knowing it's a port with everything, then you're going to have a great time. Yeah. But don't expect much new.
Yeah. What do you think, Blake?
Yeah, I think I'd agree with Barry on a lot of those. So yeah, I do feel like there is just a little bit lacking in it, and I don't know what it is. If it is just there's not enough battle courses for me or what, but it just could have a little bit more to make it be that like perfect 10 kind of a Mario Kart game. But I really do think if you played Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U and you loved it and you love the multiplayer stuff, because this is by far now the best multiplayer game that is out on the Nintendo Switch. And so if you want to have that couch co-op, or you want to be online and playing with your friends, and it's a no doubt purchase kind of thing, especially with just the list of games that are out on your Switch. It's kind of like it's a nice switch from Zelda, right? So I get to saying Switch a lot in my conversations nowadays.
Like switch,
right.
yeah.
Right, yeah, that's
the
right.
sound effect every time.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I'm wanting now, honestly, is because I'm so familiar with Mario Kart 8, now that I've played it twice on different platforms, is that I am familiar with it. There's a couple courses, like I said earlier, that I'm kind of getting used to again because I haven't played it for a while. But now I'm wanting that multiplayer experience. I want to get 4 people in the same room. I want to have a LAN party. I want I'm going to actually bring the LAN over. I want to have a TV and we play 12 players in the same room. I want to do that kind of stuff, because that's where Mario Kart really shines. Because I've played all these courses on my own. I played all the Grand Prix. I've done all the other stuff. I'm unlocking things again. But as far as that goes, there's not. I think because everything was everything except for the different parts were unlocked to start with. There was no incentive to really play the game as much as I had before. So I'm like kind of making my way through, trying to gold star, 3 gold stars on every Grand Prix. But there's not much of an incentive to do it except for to get those 3 gold stars. But now I'm like, I want that multiplayer experience, and I'm really excited. When we get online to play together, that's fun. But I can't wait until the voice chat so we can actually at least feel like we're kind of in the same
room. That's exactly what I was
gonna say. So I mean,
especially
we could do it through Skype
Roundup
or something like that.
I was Renegade Roundup needs voice chat.
Yeah.
Like, it is just that would be an awesome thing, just to be like, hey, go over here. There's somebody up there, and yeah, that's right. I'd love that.
There is one other negative I was thinking about while you guys were talking.
Yeah.
If you have multiple accounts on your Switch, like my wife has her personal account and I have mine, they do not sync up with Mario Kart. So like if I'm logged into mine and we want to play 2-player just race against each other, she can't log into hers. So anything she does while logged into hers, she has to start at the ground.
She's just a generic player on your account.
Yeah, there needs to be something that allows you to both work. Like, while you're at work, I'm going to do a couple races, and okay, cool, well, now you've unlocked a new part that maybe I can use. It doesn't work that way. You have to do it yourself. And I think that with a game like Mario Kart that brings people together, I think that's a disconnect. Especially if you have a family of 4, let's say, and each kid wants to play, they're going to be fighting over whose profile they're logged into. And then if they say, well, let's have one master profile, who's it going to be? And that's going to create fights. And I know Nintendo's known for creating fights. I mean, look at the new Super Mario Brothers games. But still, it's an unnecessary fight, and I think it's a shortcoming. And I hope that doesn't carry over to other Switch games, because if it does, I can see that being a problem, especially for families with kids.
Right. Yeah, I think that's cool. And it's something that I didn't really realize, I think, until I got into other console gaming. When you can now, go to someone else's Xbox and log into your account and get all the achievements and everything, no matter if that's yours or not. You've signed into your account and you can play as you on someone else's account. And I think that sort of thing is missing for sure. I think it's part of the whole, I think, Switch world. I think that they still need to flesh out the account system and the online gaming and all the other stuff that they have there. But yeah, I feel like that would definitely add to the experience for sure.
I think like you said, though, this game will shine with family and friends over. And the other experience is probably if you go to cons. Like doing New York Comic Con when Smash 3D came out, for the 3DS, we played it in lines waiting for panels, and everybody, it was great. Like, it was a camaraderie, and I can see everybody with Mario Kart, like having 12 people all there, just playing in like one giant LAN party, just having a blast.
Yeah,
that's where I think it's going to shine the most.
Yeah, totally. That's when I go to PAX East, like it was Mario Kart DS, and then it was Mario Kart 7, and now it's going to be Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and it's going to be fantastic. Just people gathering in the handheld lounge, just playing some Mario Kart together, and it's going to be a lot of fun when we can get to those kind of environments. Unfortunately, I think it happens all the time, probably over in Japan, but here in America, we're too spread out. We do our own things. Even us, we're in like completely different states. So we have to rely upon our internet connection. So.
Yeah. Sad day. And we still don't know what online's going to look like for Nintendo, and maybe that might stop somebody from picking up Mario Kart 8 Deluxe right now, but also, get it right now while you can still play online for free, everybody.
Oh,
and that's right. And who knows what's going to go
perfect,
on. But,
though. There are problems with it.
It's true.
That is very true.
I've had some iffy connections, here and there, and been disconnected. I think once you get connected, it's been fine, but I've been dropped in the lobby sometimes.
Yeah, I've been dropped loading. Like, you're loading as a spectator, and it just like loads and never goes anywhere. I'm like, I have to close down the application. It's like frozen.
Yeah.
Like, so frustrating.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no, in terms of Nintendo was smart to do it. It's clearly selling like crazy. And if you have any interest, just pick it up. I mean, we don't need to sell you Mario Kart.
Right.
If you like Mario Kart.
I mean, with the attach rate's already over 50%. So really, we're only talking to 40% of the Switch customers out there. So if you haven't picked it up, what's wrong?
And
what's wrong with you?
it was like it was the most attached game for the Wii U, I believe, too. So Mario Kart 8, and so I mean, a lot of those Wii U people I don't know if they bought a Switch or something too, like me. You have to, But yeah, but you were like, you're destined to buy this game again. Maybe
Right.
you already own it, so that's right.
Yeah.
In which case, you should all play with us sometime on online. So
Definitely.
yeah, yeah,
This is just part of their soft launch. This
Mm.
is for the holiday. You're gonna
Yeah.
get Mario Kart as well. Like that's when it's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah.
gonna see all these people like now getting a Switch during the holiday. They're gonna get Zelda. They're gonna get Mario Kart. They're gonna get Mario, and you're gonna see a lot of people online then.
Yeah, and I feel like that's probably, I think because of the handheld nature. I don't know. I feel like this game has a lot longer legs than Mario Kart 8 did on Wii U, because you can take it with you. And that's why Mario Kart DS and Mario Kart 7 had really long legs as well, because you could take it with you, and that just adds to the experience. And I think that's going to be the same with 8 Deluxe as well.
I think that's going to apply to every single title
Yeah.
in reality that's released for the Switch, especially third parties. I've listened to other people, in the community that are not heavy into Nintendo. They're heavy into other platforms, but they said like all third party stuff that's on everything they're buying for the Switch now, because you get that ability to do handheld. And I think Nintendo needs to play that angle, especially with even Mario Kart, even though it's selling like crazy. Just emphasize, hey, look, you can bring this on the go. You're going to take a plane, play Mario Kart. You're going to be on a bus ride, play Mario Kart. You're going to go to the schoolyard with your friends and take off the 2 Joy-Cons and race against your buddy at the lunch table to attract for the school kids. That will be huge.
That's true.
Because I would have done that as a kid in school, like crazy.
Just make sure you
I was
bring
at
your
Jimmy John's today, and the guy literally came up to me and he was like, "Hey, you're playing Mario Kart? Is that the Switch?" Like that? Yeah. So I'm like, "Yeah, man, this is so good." And he just like watched me for a little bit. It was awesome. So,
it's true. It does have that appeal. Like it draws in, the crowds and everything, which I think is
right.
kinda cool.
That's right. So
just make sure you bring your motion sickness medicine if you're playing in the car, especially in the plane, because as someone who just flew with playing Mario Kart, I was a little uneasy at times. I was taking corners and the plane, and it's kind of crazy. So just be aware of that.
Yes.
Yeah, see, I find the Joy-Cons are a little cramping for me, like with Mario Kart. Like, I could do a one Grand Prix at a time, and by the third race, like, I'm starting to cramp up,
Really?
and I'm starting to be in pain. Like, I love the Pro Controller so much
Wow.
that if I was in a plane, I would put the kickstand up, and I would sit there with the Pro Controller. Because I could play that thing for hours with the Pro Controller.
Yeah.
It's that comfortable.
Oh, man. Yeah,
I like... So, because I don't play Zelda on in handheld mode, like with the controllers, the Joy-Cons on there. But I feel more comfortable with Mario Kart though, so I haven't been cramping as much. I love the Pro Controller by all means, but I actually play with the Joy-Cons on the side more with Mario Kart than I ever have with Zelda.
It'll probably become, as you use it, it'll probably get a little bit better and better as you use it. Like I said, I did all Zelda virtually, on the Pro Controller. Just because it's a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
But your Mario Kart, is the one exception where I've taken it to bed, and I'm just gonna do one more Grand Prix before bed, and then from that it's perfect.
Yeah.
My wife even tried to do it the little Joy-Con way, and I was like that they did on the little commercial thing. I was always really nervous about that. I'm like, I'm still using my Pro Controller here, sweetheart, but you can do that. And so she did, and she was like, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. It's amazing that this actually feels.
And you get the little wheel thing.
Did you get the wheel?
Oh yeah, that's right. So it's true. So yeah.
Now here, one thing we didn't touch on, the 2 new options they added in, the auto driving, the auto turning, and the auto acceleration.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of those?
I personally don't like them, but I'm a true stick to the core game
forever.
myself.
You bet. That's right.
But I turned them on for my wife. Just because I was like, hey, they're there. Not the auto acceleration or the auto forward or anything, but the turning. The turn aid, whatever.
Keep you on the track thing. Yeah.
And she loved it, because she's like, that's the thing that she always kind of struggled with on Mario Kart, was when she would fall off the track sometimes. Not all the time, most of the time she's good, but every once in a while there's tight turns and she would drift off the track. And she's like, I am so much better at this. I was like, well, I did turn that thing on. She's like, I love it. Because I can stick with the competition, and I feel like I'm actually, participating and playing along with you now. Before, I'd struggle at the back and kind of she wouldn't be that thrilled to play with me. But now she's like she's not. It doesn't bring her up to my level, but it brings her a lot closer where she feels like she's actually having fun playing along with me now.
See, I'm in a different camp. I've played Mario Kart my whole life. I've loved it, but I actually, for the most part, enjoy the auto turn kind of deal. Not that it's needed, but there are certain courses where there's tough where I'll fall off right near the end and I'll get frustrated. And I'm at the point of my life where I don't need to be frustrated at this. And it's already frustrating getting hit with several shells right at the finish line and not coming in first. So that element's still there, but just the ability to not have to deal with that with my skill level usually keeps me so far ahead of the pack that it makes it easier and less frustrating. And I do enjoy it more, except when you're going for a shortcut and it's like, nope. And I'm like, no, what are you doing to me?
That's right.
That's where I hate it. But for the most part, it's not needed, but it just makes it a little bit more enjoyable with those courses that are, tougher in terms of falling off.
Yeah. It is nice that you can turn it on and off really easily.
Yeah.
Like from the beginning or whatever.
Right.
Like we raced the first race with it on.
I did too. Yep.
This is a little weird.
Yep.
But yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So
I wish it wasn't
that,
defaulted to on. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. We did do something weird though, because we got one of the Joy-Cons and gave it to my little 1-year-old daughter and like put it in the wheel thing and just turned the auto acceleration and auto steering on. Yeah, she got 10th place in one match and stuff. I was like, that's amazing. So we just like all three
in a couple
raced.
years,
like,
you'll appreciate this. You don't know what you're doing right now, but it's
right?
great.
You have no clue, but this is awesome.
That's great.
right.
It's like people with kids. I've always thought that when we have kids, I want to play with my own kid, but I have to wait till they're at a certain age. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
You can have your 1-year-old player on.
Especially if she just learns to push that trigger every once in a while to just let one of the items go. Man, she might win it all. So that's right.
Next game they're just gonna have push A to win race.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
I think that pretty much wraps up our game chat here. We don't even have to tell you if you haven't figured this out yet. We love this game. Glowing reviews, everything. It's a great game. Very little, that is lacking. So if you don't own Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for Nintendo Switch, go get it, download it, buy the physical copy to make Barry happy, and make sure you get on there and join us online too. We will throw our codes and everything for our tournaments. We have a tournament for the 150cc. We have a tournament code for general battle, like random battles. We'll throw that in the description here on YouTube. So make sure you join us on that and connect with us. We're gonna do some special tournaments here and there and that sort of thing. So we would love for you to join us and play some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with us online. Yeah, and while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to us so you can get all our game chats, our industry talk, our podcasts, and all our other playthroughs that we throw on here. Barry's been interviewing people like crazy, and Blake's been playing some Lego City Underground, and I've been trying to make my way through Snake Pass, but it's kind of getting me right now. So now I'm back to Mario Kart. So
Lego City Underground, is that a sequel?
Underground. I keep doing that all the time. Undercover. Man.
It's undercover.
You have no idea. Like, if you read through our Slack, I'm always saying Underground. I don't know why. I feel like it's like that.
It's so good.
Some other game that they're gonna be. It's really a sneak peek. It's gonna be down there. So.
We know we were playing games that you don't even know about yet. Find out about them first on NintendoFuse.com.
Yes, that's
Mario
right.
Kart 8 Underground too.
Oh, I could go with Mario Underground. That sounds good.
Grand Theft Mario.
So so make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you can be alerted when we make new videos. And so thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Blake, for joining me in this discussion.
Of course.
And thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good night.